Is there something you've been meaning to finish, a project or a goal, something meaningful to you? Well, today we're going to talk about the power of finishing things, like this introduction. Welcome to Everyday A New Thought. I'm Thor Chalgren. Today I want to talk about the power of finishing things. Often we begin things, but then for various reasons we don't actually finish them. We don't realize how challenging they'd be, so we let it go. Or we discover it requires a lot more resources than we actually have at the time. Or we maybe decide that, you know what, we didn't want to do that thing after all. But when we don't finish things, are we missing out on the opportunities that would come to us as a finisher? It's like in football, when you hear the phrase end zone efficiency. The offense can get the ball to the 20-yard line, but then what really matters, obviously, is getting the ball into the end zone, those last 20 yards. So that's what's meant by end zone efficiency. If you don't get the ball into the end zone, going 80 yards down the field didn't make a difference. What really matters is the scoreboard. So as you look back, is there something maybe that you didn't finish where you regret not finishing it, or you think to yourself, gosh, I could have had so many opportunities that would have come as a result, or this could have opened up new things, new possibilities for me. Now, maybe at the time you had a good reason, but still, I think it's worth looking back and asking what could have come if I had finished that thing. I'll give you an example. My book, Best Vacation Ever, was something that I started in 2018. And I had various versions of it. At one point, I had like a 60,000 word version of that book and realized that I wasn't telling it in the right way. So I kind of put it aside and allowed it to percolate. And then for various reasons over the years, including the pandemic, it was something I didn't finish. It was a book on travel, so it probably seemed like not the greatest time. But then last year in February in 2022, I decided that I was going to finish the book no matter what. And I set a goal for myself that I was going to have it done in 2 months. And often that's all that it takes sometimes, is making that decision that you will do this thing no matter what. And I will say that for me, part of the decision was I realized I had to let go of my own sense of wanting it to be perfect. I maybe had this idea that the book had to be a certain way, and that if I couldn't get to those unrealistic goals, that I shouldn't do it at all. Whereas I decided when I said 2 months, I said, you know what, it's going to be what it is. I'm going to do the best that I can to put it out. And at the end of the day, I'm actually very happy with it. So what this means is when you make a decision and those excuses or reasons start to bubble up, don't listen to them, or at least be prepared for them. Decide in advance that whatever you're doing, when you finish it, it may not be perfect, but you are going to do it. So is there something that you want to finish, something that you haven't completed? And it doesn't have to be complex like a book or something like that. It could be as simple as cleaning off that shelf in your garage, making that difficult phone call that you've been putting off, working on that presentation for work, or expanding your business in some new way. Whatever it is, decide that you are going to be the person that doesn't just get the ball to the 20-yard line. You're going to be the person that gets the ball into the end zone. Thanks so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button so that you'll receive new episodes daily. Until tomorrow, thanks so much for watching.